Dawah. Arabic, O to the first UOV invitation means the proselytizing or preaching of Islam. Dawah literally means issuing a summons, or making an invitation, being a gerund of a verb meaning variously to summon, or to invite. A Muslim who practices Dawah either as a religious worker or in a volunteer community effort, is called a Dawah. A Dawah is thus a person who invites people to understand Islam through dialogue, not unlike the Islamic equivalent of a missionary inviting people to the faith, prayer and manner of Islamic life. Early Islam, the term Dawah has other senses in the Quran. In Surah 30:25, for example, it denotes the call to the dead to rise on the Day of Judgment. When used in the Quran, it generally refers to Allah's invitation to live according to His will. Thus, when used in the first centuries of Islam, it usually referred to that message and was sometimes used interchangeably with share and awen. Dawah is also described as the duty to actively encourage fellow Muslims in the pursuance of greater piety in all aspects of their lives, a definition which has become central to contemporary Islamic thought. During Muhammad's era. During the expedition of al-Rajhi in 625, the Islamic prophet Muhammad sent some men as missionaries to various different tribes. Some men came to Muhammad and requested that Muhammad send instructors to teach them Islam, but the men were bribed by the two tribes of Khuzayma who wanted revenge for the assassination of Khalid bin Sufyan by Muhammad's followers. 8 Muslim missionaries were killed in this expedition, another version says 10 Muslims were killed. Then during the expedition of Burmana in July 625 Muhammad sent some missionaries at request of some men from the Banu Amir tribe, but the Muslims were again killed as revenge for the assassination of Khalid bin Sufyan by Muhammad's followers. 70 Muslims were killed during this expedition. During the expedition of Khalid ibn al-Walid in January 630, Muhammad sent Khalid ibn Walid to invite the Banu Jadhima tribe to Islam. This is mentioned in the Sunni Hadith Sahih al-Bukhari, 559-628. Mus'ab ibn Umair was the first Muslim envoy in September 621. He was sent to Yathrib to teach the people the doctrines of Islam and give them guidance. Purpose. In Islamic theology, the purpose of Dawah is to invite people, both Muslims and non-Muslims, to understand the worship of Allah as expressed in the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad and to inform them about Muhammad. Dawah as the call towards Allah is the means by which Muhammad began spreading the message of the Quran to mankind. After Muhammad, his followers and Ummah assumed responsibility for it. They convey the message of the Quran by providing information on why and how the Quran preaches monotheism. Proselytism. The importance of Dawah has been emphasized many times in the Quran. Who is better in speech than one who calls to Allah, does righteous deeds and says, "Indeed I am among the Muslims." You are the best nation raised up for humankind. You enjoin righteousness, forbid corruption and you believe in Allah. Let there arise among you a group inviting to all that is good, enjoining righteousness and forbidding evil. Those are the successful ones. Call to the way of your Lord with wisdom and good preaching. In the Hadith of Muhammad, Dawah is mentioned to emphasize importance and virtues. Whoever directs someone to do good will gain the same reward as the one who does good. Whoever calls to guidance will receive the same reward as the one who follows him without any decrease in the reward of his follower. For Allah to guide someone by your hand is better for you than having red camels. In ancient Arabia, camels especially of a reddish hue were considered particularly valuable property. Convey from me, even if it be only a single verse. Muhammad sent Mu'adh ibn Jabal to Yemen and told him you will be going to Christians and Jews. So the first thing you should invite them to is the assertion of the oneness of Allah, Most High. If they realize that, then inform them that Allah has made 5 daily prayers obligatory on them. If they pray them, then inform them that Allah has made the payment of charity from their wealth obligatory on their rich to be given to their poor. If they accept that, then take it from them and avoid the best part of fee or plea unregistered trademark as property Proselytizing methods. Gentleness with regard to Muhammad's mild nature in preaching Islam, the Quran says, "And by the mercy of Allah you dealt with them gently. If you were harsh and hard-hearted, they would have fled from around you. The Quran says about Moses and Aaron who preached to Pharaoh, the claimant of God. So speak to him, both of you, mildly in order that he may reflect or fear God. Muhammad was reported by his wife, Esha, to have said whenever gentleness is in a thing it beautifies it, and whenever it is withdrawn from something it defaces Muhammad was quoted by Jarir as saying, one deprived of gentleness is deprived of all good. Wisdom invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom and good instruction, and argue with them in a way that is best. Indeed, your Lord is most knowing of who is strayed from his way, and he is most knowing of who is rightly guided. Shura An-Nahl 16:125. A classical example of diversion in Dawah can be seen in the case of Prophet Yusuf in prison when two prisoners asked him to interpret their dreams. Then it occurred to them, after they had seen the proofs, to imprison him for a time. And there entered with him two young men in the prison. One of them said, indeed, I saw myself pressing wine. The other said, indeed, I saw myself carrying bread on my head and birds were eating from it. They asked, inform us of the interpretation of these things. Indeed, we believe you are one of the righteous. He replied, whenever food came to you as your provision, I informed you about it before it came. That is from what my Lord has taught me. Indeed, I have abandoned the religion of the people who did not believe in Allah and the hereafter. And I have followed the religion of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and we would never attribute any partners whatsoever to Allah. This is from the grace of Allah to us and to humankind, but most people are not thankful. O my two prison companions! Are many different lords better than Allah, the One, the Irresistible? You are only worshipping besides him names which you and your fathers made up, for which no authority was revealed by Allah. Judgment belongs to Allah alone. He has commanded that you worship none besides him. That is the upright religion, but most people do not know. O my two prison companions! As for one of you, he will pour wine for his Lord to drink, and as for the other, he will be crucified and birds will eat from his head. This is the case judged concerning which you both inquire. Shura Yusuf 12:35-41. Speaking a common language I did not send any messenger except that he spoke the language of his people to explain to them. Shura Ibrahim 14:4. Location doing Dawah in the right location. For example, Mount Safa in the time of Muhammad was used for announcements. So Muhammad went there to make his point. He chose that particular location because he knew the people who he was inviting to Islam. He knew their nature and characteristics, so he chose Mount Safa. He climbed up to its summit and addressed his people saying, O people of Quraysh, if I were to tell you there was an army behind this hill, would you listen to me? Proselytizing movements. Modern Dawah movements are varied in their objectives and activities. Examples include, the Muslim Brotherhood has focused on a methodology of building grassroots institutions and funding welfare projects which has helped it survive decades of repression under various dictatorships in many Middle Eastern countries, with the group and its many offshoots still enjoying popular support and power. Jamaat-e-Islami has focused on presenting Islam as a complete way of life and on the methodology of building grassroots institutions and funding welfare projects. Tablighi Jamaat works on trying to bring the Muslims back to the fundamental practices of Islam such as worship. They do this by encouraging members to speak and to teach them the virtues of good actions. The movement has a following of between 100 and 150 million people. Ahmed Deedat was a notable debater who was a revolutionary figure amongst Muslims for his effort in debating Christian polemics. Many Muslim debaters, from popular debaters to grassroots Dawah campaigners, use his books and videos as reference material. Zakir Naik was a student of Ahmed Deedat and followed in his teacher's footsteps by debating Christian polemics and by holding Q&A sessions with Christians. Zakir Naik is particularly notable for taking the effort of debating Christian polemics to the Muslim mainstream with his popular channel Peace TV. Hizb ut-Tahrir is a movement which focuses on educating the Muslim masses about Caliphate and on establishing Caliphate. IERA is a research institute based in London which seeks to debate Muslim and non-Muslim intellectuals, help new Muslims, train speakers and produce academic research papers on Dawah issues. Deen Muhammad Sheikh Mission has converted over 110,000 Hindus to Islam in Pakistan. See also: Taqiyya, spread of Islam, Islamic missionary activity. Footnotes. References: Encyclopedia of Islam, Leiden, Netherlands, Brill, OCLC 399624, Hirschkind, Charles. Civic Virtue and Religious Reason, An Islamic Counter-Public and Drobnik, Jim. Oral Cultures. ISBN 0-920397-80-8. The Multiple Nature of the Islamic Da'iyah, Ekta Naz Roas, Academic Dissertation, October 2004. University of Helsinki, Faculty of Arts, Institute of Asian and African Studies. SAQR, Abdul Biha to Call People to Islam, trans. Shakil Ahmed. Riyadh, WAMY. External links: The Tools of the Dawah Unregistered Trademark A, Dawah Resuka Hub.